Okay, Manager Pistorius, you're live on Facebook.
All right. Being that our chairman, Mick Delger, is not available today, as vice chairman, I will call this monthly meeting of the Shell Rock River Watershed District to order and ask for a roll call.
Manager Bakken?
Here.
Manager Hanson?
Here.
Manager Kramer?
Here.
Manager DeBoer?
Here.
Manager Pasuski?
Here.
Manager Pistorius?
Here. Next item is the consent agenda. Would someone care to make a motion to approve it?
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any other discussion? Call the roll, Leah.
Manager Bakken?
Aye.
Manager Hanson?
Aye.
Manager Kramer?
Aye.
Manager DeBoer?
Aye.
Manager Pasuski?
Aye.
Manager Pistorius?
Aye. Andy?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. The next item is approval of the agenda with any additions, corrections, or deletions. Mr. Chair, we do have one addition under item 4. This will be 4D. This is a motion to select delegates of the Shell Rock River Watershed District Board to be able to vote in the 2020 mod resolution packet. So we're looking to add that item under 4D.
Okay, do we need approval for that?
Yes.
Okay, any other additions or corrections to the agenda? And would someone care to make a motion to approve the agenda as changed?
So moved. Joel, second.
Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Manager Bakken?
Aye.
Manager Hanson?
Looks like he's on the phone.
Manager Kramer?
Aye.
Manager Manager DeBoer?
Aye.
Manager Pasuski?
Aye.
Manager Pistorius?
Aye. Go ahead, Andy.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair and the board managers. The first thing I have on item A is the Fountain Lake restoration update. Just to give you an update, JF Brennan ceased dredging activities last Friday. With the colder weather and freeze up coming, they did get done with the stuff they wanted to. So they will be back early spring, hopefully to start again. They will be moving again in Danes Bay. They did not get Danes Bay completed. So they will be working in Danes Bay, and then they'll also be working north and east of the fiber optic line in the main bay, if you guys remember where that was located. Again, looking to resume again as early as they can in the spring of 2021. They're predicting that they'll be done or finished with contract 2 sometime around August, mid to late August of 2021. So right now we're just working with JF Brennan to get everything somewhat removed and stored for winter. We will be asking them, of course, again to mark the dredge line out to the CDF for safety for snowmobilers and other winter activities. So if there's any questions, that's my update on the Fountain Lake restoration project. Hearing none, I'll move on to item B, which is the confined disposal facility, CDF cells 2 and 3. The good news is that both cells are completed and constructed. They finished up roughly a week and a half ago. We finished seeding it last week. So the site is pretty much ready to go for the dredge season 2021 with full access to both cells 2 and 3. I will let the board know that we do have some claims pending with Vite due to the failures on both 2 and 3, and we'll keep the board updated as we move through those claims. And it's possible we'll have to go into closed session as a board with those claims as they come to us. The last, or not the last item, excuse me. The next item is the legislative update. Legislatively, as you know, we did not receive the bonding for contract 3 or phase 3 of the Fountain Lake Dredge project. So we are looking at trying to basically start up again here January 5th. I believe legislature goes back into session. Again, it's an off year, but sometimes they do have smaller bonding bills. So we are looking at putting a package together to look at those options. One of the things I would like to do is grab a few board managers, maybe Dan, and I'm throwing your name out there, Dan, to basically head up a committee to help push the bonding or possible bonding in 2021. So that is something we will have to start here sooner than later. Again, because they do go back into session on January 5th. You know, we do have some changes in the Senate now. We will have to reach out to the newly elected Gene Dornick. Dan Sparks, who's always been an ally for the Fountain Lake Restoration Project, was defeated by Gene in the last election. So we'll have to work with him, get him up to speed on the project, as well keep Peggy Bennett up to speed on what we're looking at moving forward with the bonding bill. So any questions on the legislative update? All right, hearing none. I'll move into the last thing. So MAUD, which is the Minnesota Association of Watershed Districts, is having their annual meeting here 2020 virtually. During that meeting, they always take up some of the resolutions that have come before them from watershed districts to discuss upcoming matters. So the board, they always ask for 2 board members to be delegates to vote on those resolutions. So again, looking for a motion to approve 2 board managers to be delegates and 1 board manager to be an alternative. So if we can start there, Mr. Chair.
Okay, it's my understanding that Brad and Mick are able to do this.
I can speak for both of them. I have talked with both of them prior to this meeting, and they both said yes, that they would entertain being delegates. We would need an alternate though.
Okay, well, first of all, is there anyone else that would like to be a delegate? Hearing none, is there someone else that would like to be an alternate?
When does this occur?
This will occur December 1st through December 4th.
I will volunteer if you need me.
Okay. So it sounds like you have your 2 delegates and your alternate. Is there anyone else that would like to do that, or are they, everybody fine with this?
I'm fine.
Okay, someone care to make this motion?
So moved.
The motion is to put Brad and Mick as the delegates and Al as the alternate. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Manager Bakken,
Aye.
Manager Hanson, Manager Kramer,
Aye.
Manager DeBoer,
Aye.
Manager Pasuski,
Aye.
Manager Pistorius.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and board managers. So again, just to give you an update, MOD's annual meeting will be held December 1st through the 4th of 2020. It will be held virtually. So if you want to sign up for this, contact Leah. Leah can get you signed up. Leah will also send in the information for the delegates. Just a quick update on the resolutions that they will be looking at. There's 8 resolutions. The MOD board has already given their recommendation. So just, I'm going to quickly read through the resolutions here. Resolution 1 is to create an easier appeals process for corrections to the public waters inventory, which the MOD board supports. Number 2 is limiting wake boat activities that directly cause shoreline erosion and spread of aquatic invasive species. At this time, MOD board opposes this. Number 3 is banning the use of carcinogenic pesticides and herbicides on residential and commercial lawns. At this time, MOD board opposes this as well. Number 4, requiring soil health goals in watershed management plans and 10-year plan amendments. As of right now, they oppose. Their reasoning is one size does not fit all. Number 5 is limiting excess use of groundwater for the purpose of watering urban and suburban landscapes during the summer months. As of right now, they oppose this. Again, one size does not fit all. Number 6 is permitting water storage and wetlands controlled by the DNR during major flood events. They support this item. Number 7, watershed districts agricultural drainage bonding fund. They support this resolution as well. And lastly, watershed-based implementation funding through coordinated comprehensive watershed plans is also one that they support. So those are the 8 resolutions that the delegates from the watershed district will be voting on. Again, the resolution packets have been sent out to you to have all the information regarding those resolutions and the recommendations from MOD. And again, we will also be sending you out the agenda for the MOD annual convention and trade show. So again, feel free if you want to attend that virtually to let Leah know, and she can get you signed up. So with that, Mr. Chair, that's all I have under administrator's items.
All right. Project Program Manager, Courtney.
Morning. The first thing I have is a resolution 2020-19, which is initiate the Orr wetland restoration. Just a little bit of background. This initiation resolution, as well as the next one, we have 3 different project names, but they're all for the same site. So just to offer a little bit of so we're not confused, we have the Orr Wetland Restoration Enhancement Project is where we purchase the ground and are going to be restoring it, and it will be donated to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife. The IC&E was already purchased by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife numerous years ago and was planted into native seed. And the U.S. Fish and Wildlife just purchased ground from Karen Miller, and so we're referring to that as the Miller Tract. So there's 3 different parcels, but it's the project is the same as a whole. They're all continuous right next to each other, and it's going to be restored as a whole. The reason why we're keeping the parcels with their separate names of the Miller Tract, the ICNE wetland, and the OR property are because of grant funding. Each of those phases of funding comes in a different Lessard-Sams phase packet. So it's easier for us to report by keeping them separate names. So if you refer to those different projects, like I said, they're individual as far as reporting, but they're a project in one as a whole. So hopefully that doesn't lead confusion down the road. But so our first resolution is 2020-19, which is the OR wetland restoration initiating projects. We are going to be doing wetland restoration work. We have Bar Engineering on retainer to do this. And then we also are going to be working with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife as well as the county drainage inspector to remove as much tile on this property and holding water. So we're trying to help out the county drainage system by removing water that's going to be drained through the county ditch system, as well as creating wetlands and native seeding. So there's a first and a second. I can read this resolution.
Someone care to make a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay.
All right. Resolution 2020-19 or wetland restoration initiate projects 2020-04. Whereas the Shell Rock River Watershed District Board of Managers pursues the mission of implementing reasonable and necessary improvements to the water-related and other natural resources within its boundaries. Whereas the Shell Rock River Watershed District, the district is charged with implementing the Shell Rock River Watershed District Watershed Management Plan, the plan. Whereas project goals and objectives set forth in the plan include improve water quality and clarity to district lakes, improve and enhance waterfowl habitat, reduce transport of sediment, nutrients, and pesticides into surface water through the drainage systems, minimize flood damage to property and preserve the function of the floodplain, restore and retain water upstream throughout the watershed, preserve existing rural and urban wetlands, and encourage restoration and enhancement. Whereas the district has pursued a comprehensive watershed approach to reduce sedimentation and improve water quality, including filter strips, rock inlets, nutrient management systems, water and sediment basin installations, rough fish management practices, installation of fish barriers, septic system inspections, stream bank and ditch restoration projects, and the installation of rain gardens. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Shell Rock River Watershed District, Section 1, initiates project number 2020-04 or wetland restoration. Section 2 authorizes district staff to negotiate appropriate professional service agreements to promote and complete or wetland restoration. Section 3 authorizes district staff and the district attorney to negotiate with area landowners for any necessary easements or fee title acquisition subject to approval by the board. Section 4 authorizes district staff to conduct work as needed to present this project to the board for review and public hearing as required by law, dated November 10th, 2020.
Hey, do we have any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Manager Buckman,
Aye.
Manager Hanson,
Aye.
Manager Kramer,
Aye.
Manager DeBoer,
Aye.
Manager Pasuski,
Aye.
Manager Pistorius.
Aye.
Thank you. So I will just go ahead and read the next resolution, which is for the ICNE Wetland Enhancement Project. So if there's a first and a second, I will read that one.
Care to make a
Joe.
motion?
I'll make the motion, Joe.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right, resolution 2020-20 ICNE Wetland Enhancement Initiate Projects 2020-05. Whereas the Shell Rock River Watershed District Board of Managers pursues the mission of implementing reasonable and necessary improvements to the water-related and other natural resources within its boundaries. Whereas the Shell Rock River Watershed District, the district, is charged with implementing the Shell Rock River Watershed District Watershed Management Plan, the plan. Whereas project goals and objectives set forth in the plan include improve water quality and clarity to district lakes, improve and enhance waterfowl habitat, reduce transport of sediment, nutrients, and pesticides into surface water through the drainage systems, minimize flood damage to property and preserve the function of the floodplain, restore and retain water upstream throughout the watershed, preserve existing rural and urban wetlands, and encourage restoration and enhancement. Whereas the district has pursued a comprehensive watershed approach to reduce sedimentation and improve water quality, including filter strips, rock inlets, nutrient management systems, water and sediment basin installations, rough fish management practices, installation of fish barriers, septic system inspections, stream bank and ditch restoration projects, and the installation of rain gardens. Therefore, be it hereby resolved that the Shell Rock River Watershed District, Section 1, initiates project number 2020-05 IC&E Wetland Enhancement. Section 2 authorizes district staff to negotiate appropriate professional service agreements to promote and complete the IC&E Wetland Enhancement. Section 3 authorizes district staff and the district's attorney to negotiate with area landowners for any necessary easements or fee title acquisition, subject to approval by board. And Section 4 authorizes district staff to conduct work as needed to present this project to the board for review and public hearing as required by law, dated November 10th, 2020.
Okay, is there any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Manager Backus,
Aye.
Manager Hanson,
Aye.
Manager Kramer,
Aye.
Manager DeBoer,
Aye.
Manager Pasuski,
Aye.
Manager Pistorius.
Aye.
All right, thank you. The last item I have is a headwaters update. This is a headwaters referring to the AMA stream bank along right south of the dam, as well as the WPA DNR ground that is down by Gordonsville. That's right on the Iowa border. The district has funding a little over $1 million to do stream bank restoration work on those two locations. We are working with BAR Engineering on the site as well as local DNR staff. BAR was down last week to start the surveying of that. So they did multiple cross profiles of the river as well as getting water depth, bank width. The goal is to be doing some tree planting to help create habitat as well as some rock riffle structures. So they came down and surveyed it last week, and they're using that as their basis for their design, which they're going to be completing this winter. Working on design and engineering with the DNR, and then we will hopefully get to construction next year. So just a little project update for you on that one.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Courtney? Managers reports, obviously Mick's not here, so item B. Joe, there was no meeting held, is that correct?
None for a few months that I'm aware of, and
Okay.
looks like it won't be for a while the way things are going.
Any other managers items? And do we have any upcoming meetings? Andy?
Sorry, I was on mute.
Okay.
We do have potentially a couple of dredge committee meetings coming up that could trigger a board meeting. But as of right now, we're going to be looking at, of course, the second Tuesday in December, which I believe is the 13th. Is that correct?
Okay.
No, I take that back. December 8th, we will look at having our next board meeting. And at that meeting, of course, we'll finalize our budget, which has to be into the county by the 15th. So
December 8th is the board meeting, and did you have a committee meeting set or no?
not at this time, but we'll probably be looking at one here in the next week or two, actually. So.
Okay. With that, unless there is anything else, we look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Third.
Call the roll, please.
Manager Bakken,
Aye.
Manager Hanson,
Aye.
Manager Kramer,
Aye.
Manager DeBoer,
Aye.
Manager Pasuski,
Aye.
and Manager Pistorius.
Aye. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.